It seems the battery died on the computer and I didn't have an extension cord. So I'm making a video to upload to the school system so they don't bitch at me. So we'll see how things go, I suppose. So yeah, the plan is Walter's supposedly going to get remarried to a young girl, and that young girl is in fact his own daughter. He's not, of course, planning to marry his own daughter, but only to pretend. Both of the children are still alive. The boy is 8 years old. Okay, that's the end of the part 4. Next part, Walter tests his wife Griselda once more. Meanwhile, according to his wicked way, this Marcus still tests his wife once more, and even to the final proof of her, I say, fully to brave experience to the core, to have experience to the core, if she were yet as steadfast as before. He on a day in open audience loudly said unto her this rude sentence, he's really a bastard. Because we're running out of time, I'll try to wrap this up. Walter says he wishes to remarry. He asks Griselda to return to her father's house. And Griselda completely obeys and says, I love you, and accept your decision to remarry, and I'll go back to my father's house. But Griselda asks Walter not to send her away naked. So he agrees to that. Griselda returns to his father's house, her father's house, I'm sorry. And a lot of people were sad about this change of course. Janicula was unhappy too. But Griselda endures her fate, and nothing distorts her mind and integrity. So she goes back to being a poor girl again. Here comes another test. My God, this is part 6. So now the children are returning to where Walter lives in a very grand way. Griselda's at her father's place, Janicula, and Walter returns there to talk to Griselda. He said, Griselda, hear what I shall say. This maiden who will be wedded unto me shall be received with splendor of array, as royally as in my house may be, and two, that everyone in his degree has his due rank in seating and service, and high pleasance as I can best advise. I have not serving woman adequate to set the rooms to order as I would, and so I wish you here to regulate all matters of the sort as mistress should. You know of old the ways I think are good, and though you're clothed in such a slattern's way, go do at least your duty as you may. So, once again, very obedient. She says, "Not only am I glad, my lord," said she, "to do your wish, but I desire also to serve you and please you, and to please in my degree. That is, this without wearying I'll always do, and ever, Lord, in happiness or woe. The soul within my heart shall not forego to love you best with true intent, I know." And so she starts to clean the house, making the beds, setting the tables, preparing the chambermaids to make the house ready. I'm going to skip a little bit here. The new girl arrives in town. My God, I got no time. Griselda works and receives Lord Walter's guests. Walter asks Griselda how she likes her new wife. And she says she likes her. Griselda asks Walter not to test his new wife like he has tested her. Right. In this section, Walter is done testing Griselda, and he reveals that his bride is actually their daughter. And I think she faints. Yes, she does. She's amazed that her children are still alive. And finally, in this last minute, Walter and Griselda are back to the Marchioness style again. And Griselda is pleased, and finally Walter's done testing her. So all of everything is happy, and they're reunited with their two children. Everything was peace and prosperity for many a year. Finally, Walter dies. His son succeeded to his heritage for rest and peace after the Marquis's day. There it is. Let me read the moral of the story. Oh my God. The Clerk reminds us this is Petrarch's story, and the idea is that everyone in his degree should be as constant in adversity as was Griselda. For the Petrarch wrote this tale, and in high style, as you'll note. And that's the end of the story. Good. Very good. We reached the end of the story. That's good. Next week, we're starting Sir Thomas Malory's Morte d'Arthur, the story of King Arthur of the Round Table. Thank you all for coming today. I'm sorry so many people were absent, but we'll do our best. And I'll see you all in a week. Oh, and also, if you're not on the seating chart, please come by and put your name in. Bye-bye. Bye.